my friend. Welcome to this week's energy forecast for February 11th through the 13th. If you are new around here and don't know me, hey, Danny C. Muniz, your spiritual designer, helping you find clarity on your spiritual journey. Today, we're going to talk about where our moon energy is going to be for the week. We're looking at it moving through three very different signs. We're going to look at Mercury is now direct. Yay. What you can do with that and what to look out for over the next couple of weeks. And we're going to talk about some little things that are happening with Mercury as well, plus where our emotional energy around love, because we do have Valentine's coming up, but also passion and our willpower and how that's all kind of tied together right now. So let me go ahead and share my screen. Let me know in the comments below how you're feeling today. Let me know one word in the comments. How are you feeling today? All right. So now that my screen has been shared, oh, it's in the wrong screen. There we go. You can see our beautiful planetaries doing some things here. Let me make sure we are on our right date. Let's go ahead and update this to this morning. All right, so as you can see here, we have a few things going on. Remember, don't worry if you don't understand what all these symbols mean, what's going on here. Just doing this just so that you can have a sense, right? The more and more we look at this, the more and more we'll start to get familiar with things. And for those of you that are in Align to Amplify, you probably already recognize some of these things. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to look for where our moon is, and our moon is going to be in the zodiac sign of Aries for the next couple of days. It actually moved into Aries on Sunday. So the energy shifted from a beautiful, nice, watery, dreamy, creative, intuitive, maybe you wanted to curl up and just relax Pisces into, and maybe even getting in touch with your emotions, and moved to Aries on Sunday, which is definitely a different energy. So Aries is the sign, it's a fire sign. It's an action sign. It's getting things going. It's a starter energy. So Aries, it can be very impulsive. It can help us. This is the way I like to view it. It can help us get things going, get things moving. And so with this energy, if you have something that you've been putting off or that you've been wanting to do, a change that you've been wanting to make, this right here, this Aries energy, which is beautiful because it's kicking off our week, is a beautiful energy to do that. So if you're somebody who's been kind of like sitting on the couch and wanting to get out and go for that walk, this is definitely an energy for that. I would highly recommend moving your body in some way over the next 2 days because it will be in Aries today, Monday, if you're watching this live, and Tuesday, February 8th. And with these energies, it's our emotional energy, right? The moon is our emotional energy, our intuitiveness. And so because of that, emotions can come up, or we can have this feeling of needing to do something or needing to start something, or it can also be extremely impulsive where we're just acting and we're not thinking. And so this energy needs to be expressed some way. All the zodiac signs are expressed throughout our own natal charts. But when we're talking about the moon specifically, we're looking at how it is affecting our own regular rhythms, our own natural rhythm. And so with this moon energy, it needs to be expressed, and it needs to be expressed through action. So if you can take a walk outside, I just literally went around the block. I was feeling a lot of energy and I needed to get it out. So went for a nice little walk. It's beautiful outside today. So move your body in some way. If you can't get outside of the house, turn on YouTube. There's tons of videos on there that you can do. Go to a class, a yoga class, a Pilates class, a workout, just any type of movement of your body. And maybe you don't like the word workout, maybe you don't like the word exercise, like me, how about dancing? Maybe you're somebody that likes to dance, or one of my clients and good friends loves to roller skate, right? So this would be a really good time to get out there and do those things. And so this is going to be Monday and Tuesday. Moving into Wednesday, let's go ahead and advance our calendar here. Our moon will be moving into the zodiac sign of Taurus. Now, Taurus is a completely different energy. It is an earth sign, and it is the sign that is more grounded. It is more stable. So we're going to go from having that need to get going and get moving, that more impulsive type energy, to more grounded, more stable type energy. Taurus likes to also get stuck into things. So I really love to use the the energy of Aries and Taurus together, because Aries really helps kick us off and get us started. And then Taurus comes in to kind of settle us down and keep us going. With the Aries energy, we can get started and quickly stop, quickly fail. But when we use this energy with Taurus, when we combine it, it really gives us more of a staying power to make things last longer. I would also recommend during the moon transiting through Taurus, which will be Wednesday and Thursday, as we'll see here on our chart. It'll be in there till roughly the end of the day on Thursday, and then we'll move into Gemini. I would highly recommend also working on material things, values that you may have, or even money. So if there's any money issue, I don't want to say issues, but blocks, challenges that you may have, it's a really good time to work through those during this time. If you're looking at doing this from a more self-development type area, right? Aries is going to help you kick that habit. Taurus is definitely going to help you with coming up with those money beliefs and transform them. And then as we move into Gemini on Friday, now Gemini is an air sign. So we'll be going through fire, earth, and air this week. And with our air energy, and being in Gemini, it is a very, very curious sign. Gemini loves to learn. So any type of activities, your emotional energy is going to be wanting to learn something, going to be wanting to dive into learning or sharing. Because Gemini is so curious, it also loves to share. So maybe you've learned something, or you're learning something, and then you're going to want to go out and share it with others. So for those of you that are in any type of entrepreneurial role, if you're working with people, now is a good time, or this energy will be, which will be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday will be a really good time to share that knowledge. Do some live videos, host some type of workshop where you can share information. People are ready to hear the information, and you are in a good energy to share it, which I'm excited about this Saturday here locally in San Marcos, Texas. I'll be putting on a live presentation at a metaphysical fair on the power of astrology, right? It's the perfect time. When I looked at the date and saw that there was an opportunity, I could not pass that up, right? It's the perfect time to share knowledge. So anything that you're doing over this weekend, I would highly recommend, if you're looking at something to do, whether it's simply going live, whether it's simply posting something online, share. If you are somebody who maybe it's not your world, that's not the space that you're in, this weekend will be a really good opportunity for you to attend a class, to attend a workshop, to grab a book, hit up YouTube, and learn something about yourself, learn something that is going to help you move forward, that's going to help you grow on your spiritual path. Now, there's a couple of other things that I want to talk about. So let's recap really quick where our moon's going to be. And then I want to talk about Mercury, because Mercury is direct. So Monday, Tuesday, we are in our Aries fire energy of taking action. Wednesday, Thursday, we are in our Taurus energy, which is that more grounding, stable energy, and then moving into our air sign Gemini on Friday through Sunday. And we're going to kick off next week, which happens to be Valentine's Day on Monday, is in Cancer, which will be really interesting. We'll talk more about that next week. So stay tuned. All right. The next thing, I was putting next and last together. The next thing I want to talk about is Mercury. So let's go back here, as the Mercury did go direct on Saturday. So we can see here, where did he go? He was stationary on Thursday, and then Friday he did go direct. So what does that mean? So Mercury was retrograde, and we all kind of seem to have the idea that when Mercury goes retrograde, it's a bad thing. Well, definitely not. It's a really great opportunity for us to gain some insights, to slow things down, to reflect, to rethink, to relearn. And so now that Mercury is direct, for one, I hope you heard me earlier this month talking about this and you took that time to do that, to reflect, to relearn, to rethink things. Because now, as it's moving forward, it's time to make any changes. It's time to implement what we learned during this period, during this time. So now is the time, as Mercury is going direct, as it is direct now, it's been direct for a couple of days, to take this time to now implement what you've learned. And if you haven't taken the time to reflect, I want you to just think about for a second the past couple of weeks, maybe even the past month, since we moved into February. Let's look at January, right? What happened in January? Where did things go great? Where did things break down? Where did you get stopped or stuck, right? My love traveled this past week, was the week before, last week. And so he had some travel delays, which I was like, yeah, that makes sense. We're in Mercury retrograde. So that's an opportunity for him to stop and look at a couple of things, right? Did he get frustrated? Was he upset? Did it mess some things up in his travels, right? Like in how he's thinking about things. Communication, was there any communication breakdowns that maybe he can work on, right? For me, I had a lot of trouble with technology. I had a lot of trouble with my computer messing up on me or my camera not working. In fact, after Mercury went direct, I ordered a new camera. It should be delivered today or tomorrow. So I'm excited to get my new camera because it was not working. However, what I learned in that was there's something with me and electronics. If you talk to my love, he'll tell you I break all the electronics. They don't last very long around me. There's something about me and this energy. I need to learn to direct it better. Something I'm definitely looking into. But I can also stop and take a look at, well, how am I treating my technology? How am I working with my technology? Do I treat my technology like anything else? Am I taking care of it? How am I seeing it? How am I relating to it? So that's definitely something that came up for me that I can now having had that time to stop and look back and reflect on it, make new changes now. So definitely over the next couple of weeks, I would recommend still taking it kind of easy, still allowing for things to kind of settle down as Mercury starts to go, well, up here, right? Doesn't actually go backwards, up here to go forward. Take this next couple of weeks, just keep those things in mind and start implementing what you've learned now. All right, the other thing I want to talk about, as we can see on this chart here, let me see if I can make this, nope, okay. This guy right here, where my little pointer finger is Mercury, the planet of Mercury. And he is right here next to this guy right here, who happens to be Pluto. It's the planet Pluto. So they're very, very close together. And whenever we have two planets that are close together, they are significantly impacting each other. So if we take a look here at what we have going on with our Mercury and Pluto, this is definitely a time that is powerful for transformation. So not only was our Mercury retrograde a great time for us to reflect on things and to look at things, but we also have these other planetary movements that allow us to do that. And so here's why Mercury and Pluto being together and influencing each other significantly is important. Because with Pluto, we can get to the depths of things. We can go down and really do some really, really good digging. It's below the surface, it's deep. And when we think about challenges that we have in our lives, beliefs that we have in our lives, there are root causes of those beliefs. Have you ever heard people say, you got to get to the root, right? If you think about gardening and pulling out the weeds, you can't just pluck them from the top. You got to get in there and get the weeds, or they're just going to pop right back up, right? It's the same kind of thing with our beliefs. We got to get in there and get to the root of what the problem is. And with Pluto, we're really able to do that, really able to go deep, pull out those weeds and let them go, release them, transform them. The beautiful thing is Mercury, it does rule our communication, our thinking, how we learn. And so if we come from that place, our thinking, our learning, is our communication is able to dive in there and pull up those weeds. So if you're somebody who is, kind of maybe experiencing some of this, you're kind of feeling like there's something that needs to change. I can feel it bubbling up in me. This is a really great time to work through those. Now, the other thing with this, I'm going to say is this is a good time to, because it's Mercury, communicate it. Now, I'm going to put a little asterisk here, if I could, and say that be careful with who it is that you're communicating this information to or you're working with. I would highly recommend somebody who is in a position to help you, to guide you, to support you through this and helping you get to the root and pulling it out, getting out and not necessarily staying there. So if you're looking at coaches or therapists, counselors, right? Spiritual designers such as me, right? Somebody who can help you get in and get out. That would be the key here, because Mercury doesn't want to stay too long there, although Pluto might want to keep us there a little bit longer. We don't need to. It's the beautiful thing. When you're learning and growing in transformation, you don't have to stay there. It's the beautiful thing. You get in, you get out, right? And so this energy is definitely for that. So the other thing I want to mention here, which can be very powerful, is not only this beautiful energy of power of transformation, but because Pluto is a very powerful planet, there could be intellectual power struggles. So we could be fighting and battling people mentally, which is sometimes can be opportunities for us to grow, for us to reevaluate, but we can also get stuck, right? Egos are our amigos. I do want to say that our egos are our amigos. We have to learn to work with them. With this energy, though, there could be some really strong egos that maybe aren't balanced, that really maybe we haven't been working with, that can definitely get together and battle things out from an intellectual standpoint, where you're trying to prove the other person wrong, where we're just pushing and not listening. So I'm going to recommend over these next couple of weeks, because Mercury will be with Pluto at least till next week, middle of next week. It'll be what's called conjunct. That's what this is, Mercury conjunct Pluto, these two energies working together. Over the next week or so, just be mindful of that. If you feel yourself getting into an intellectual battle with somebody, first off, is it worth your time, right? Is it really worth your time? And maybe even step back and say, all right, clearly we're not going to see eye to eye on this, or maybe I need to take a different approach. Maybe I need to come at this from another way so that we're not mentally trying to overpower each other. The last thing that I would say is this also could bring up because of some of us, right? We are very sensitive to these different energies. And so because of maybe even some of these power struggles or some of this deep transformation that we're being called to do, it can mess with our nervous system. It can mess with our body. And so for some of us, it may be that we just need to take a break and we just need to relax. And if you feel yourself getting drained and you're like, I have no idea why I'm getting drained, I'm not arguing with anybody, Danny. I'm not getting into any of these intellectual battles, but you're still sensing and feeling the energy. Number one, I'm going to tell you, make sure you're cleaning your energy on a regular basis. Grab a selenite stick or selenite wand, or if you have a tower, I know some people have towers, just, clear your energy, right? Clear your energy on a regular basis, clear your auric field. The other thing you can use if you're crystals, you can use any of the really calming, nice, relaxing crystals. Rose quartz would be one that I would highly recommend, or even essential oils. If you would use essential oils, right? Like a lavender would be really nice, or a calming blend that you can use to really calm yourself down and keep yourself at peace through this time. All right, my friend, that is what I wanted to say about Mercury. Now, the last thing I want to say about this upcoming energy, and Venus is now also direct, right? It went direct last week as well. And so Venus and Mars, they generally they run kind of close to each other. They're usually about a sign or two away. They're not usually too close. They're a little bit separate. But right now, because Venus was retrograde, we are seeing that the two planets, and we can see this here on our chart. This is Mars right here, and this is Venus. They're really close to each other, and they're going to be close to each other for at least until the end of March. So over the next month and a half, maybe even 2 months, we're going to see this energy really going side by side with each other through the zodiac signs. So right now they're currently in Sagittarius, and they will be entering Capricorn pretty soon. But as they're going to be really close to each other. So you might, be feeling this more, wanting to have more intimate relationships or be more intimate. I think it's really kind of funny because we're right around the corner from Valentine's Day, which many of us kind of view as a time to connect with your partner or show the people you love in your life how much you love them, right? Which I think should be all year round. Just by the way, I don't think we need a date for it. I think we could do it all year long. But this is a very tender, sensitive energy, but also a very passionate energy. Venus is that more sensual love type energy, and Mars is that more passionate type energy. You bring those two together, and we've got this really like playing of being soft and sensitive, but yet being passionate as well. So if you're somebody who is in a relationship, you may see this starting to play out in your relationship, right? With this giving and taking, and this sensualness and this passion going through your relationship over the next couple of months. Now, if you're not in a relationship, you may be feeling a tug to want that, or right, seeking out a partner or trying to find a partner to have these encounters with as well. So I want you to keep that in mind as well. It could just be that this is, you're like, I'm single and I'm doing great. Why do I have this urge? This could definitely be why. The last thing I want to say about, maybe you're like, not the time for a relationship, not wanting this, or I have a relationship and I'll look out for that. But also this is a really good time to work through the passions that you have, the desires that you have in your life, and whatever that might be, whether that is in your personal life, in your career, or in your business. Look at those things, because this is a really good time to take action. If we use that Mars energy, that drive, that determination, that motivation with your passions. What are you passionate about? What are you desiring in your life? Use this energy over the next couple of months to really put in some action with what you're seeking and what you're desiring. It's a really great time to do that. All right, my friend, that wraps us up for this energy forecast for the week of February 11th through the 13th. Remember to share this with somebody who you think might benefit from this information of all this beautiful energy that we're going to have over the next couple of weeks, over the next couple of days for sure. All right, my friend, as always, remember, close your eyes and take a deep breath and find peace.